Hello, thank you so much for joining. Happy holidays. Make sure to get yourself a nice cup of joe or hot cocoa. My favorite is the peppermint chocolate almond creamer with the coconut whipped cream. It's delicious. Make sure to bring positive attitude and joy to the world. Believe in yourself, you can do this. You'll need a paint towel, water cup. My name is Kylie, I'll be your instructor. You need a paint palette, something like this. 16 by 20 inch canvas, small, medium, and large brush. And the colors you need are black, white, blue, dark green, and brown. You need a pencil with a good eraser. And first things first, we are going to put water all over the canvas. So painting the canvas with water first will help the acrylic paint spread. Make sure to get every inch of the canvas, even the outsides. And then we're gonna grab the white paint and place a nice big blob, at least a quarter size. And then we're gonna get the blue and do a tiny, tiny little dot of blue on a separate hole on your paint palette. We're going to start to paint the whole canvas white. Make sure to get all the way to the bottom. Make sure to get the sides as well. If you need to add water, feel free to do so. Going to dip a little bit of the blue and a little bit of the white, and you're going to come back in with that color and spread it across the top of your canvas. You only want blue about 2/3 of the way down. The rest is full white. Make sure to come back in and blend it in with the white. And doing this a few times just to blend in white and blue to get that nice shade in the background. Sure to get the ends. You can add in some more white at the bottom. And you can get the bottom of your canvas by grabbing the outside on the back. It's kind of like a little hook, and as you pick it up, you paint the bottom. Once you're happy with your background, you are going to take the white and then just like the tiniest dot of black and mix it together. It'll make this gray, and the more black that you add, the darker the trees will be. So just find that nice gray color that will work good for your aspens. Now we're gonna paint the aspen trees. See where the first one starts next to the tree. You can just go a few inches up and start to draw out a straight line all the way to the top of the canvas, as straight as possible. It's not going to be perfect, and you're going to have to use the paint over and over the lines so that they stick out. Whenever you finish your first tree, the next tree is really skinny right next to it. So try to make it skinny as possible, but at least an inch over, all the way up to the top. And the next tree is on the side, far left side. We're just gonna draw a tiny little tree branch coming up. You can get the side of your canvas if you'd like. And the next tree is really slanted, so you can just kind of take it an inch over from that last tree and then just slide it all the way up to the top. Like I said, they're not perfect straight lines. Just try your best. And we're gonna add in a few more trees, making them skinny. Placing the trees far and wide, however you feel how many you need. Double coating. The last one on the end here kind of hangs off of the end of the canvas, so you can add an extra little line on the side. Now with aspens, you can just draw in a few lines coming from one side and a few lines coming from the other, and some of the lines cross all the way, but make sure that you curve them. Like if one is curved downward, the next one would be curved upward, so that it kind of makes that curvature of the tree. And this is completely random as you go. So just make sure the skinnier the tree, the more lines that it has. And you know, the bigger the tree, the more space that it has. Take your time, no rush. Just notice that the second tree right behind the Christmas tree has a branch. So make sure to add that on the top left side. You can go ahead and add in another branch on the tree that's near the middle. Make sure to add another branch on the second one on the right side. That one's a little bit longer, top left side of the tree. You can pause the video if you need more time with this. If not, we're going to move on. When your aspen trees are dry, we'll start on the Christmas tree. So grab your green paint and zone out where your tree will be. Pick a spot about 3 inches down from the top, and you're just gonna draw a straight line down about 3 or 4 inches from the bottom of the canvas. Once your line is drawn, you can start from the bottom, just lightly tapping with your brush. Start small, and then you can go larger, just going back and forth, making sure that as you go up to the top, you keep it skinnier rather than letting it get bigger. You want it big at the bottom, getting skinnier all the way to the top. It's a completely random process of just zigzagging all the way to the top, getting a nice fluffy tree. Once you get towards the top, you definitely want to lightly touch until you hit that top. And you can come back down through the tree so that you don't see the line that you drew in the beginning. Once you're happy with your tree, we're going to let it dry for a few minutes. As it dries, maybe share with your family what you're grateful for this year and what you're looking forward to for next year. Feel free to blow on the painting so that it will dry faster. So while that's drying, we can get started on some snow. So a fun way to do snow is to splatter. So you'll pour yourself some white, and we're gonna just flick it onto the canvas. If you want to go with a less messy way, you can just draw dots with your small brush, or you can use your finger. Pinky works best. Another option would be if you have a brush that has a circular end, you can use that end of the brush and lightly poke it. Make sure to get a lot of snow, whichever way that you choose. So really just pile it with snow. It's like a winter wonderland. Next, we're going to mix in a little bit of blue with white and a tiny little bit of black. Play around with how dark you would like it, but it should come out fairly light on the lighter side. That onto the tree a lot less than the amount of green that you put on. If any of your splatters had seemed to start dripping from the snow, you can use your finger to wipe that off. Feel free to blow on it to have it dry again quicker. Wave your hand around it. If you have a blow dryer too, that works. Take straight white and put it onto the tree, and this will be very thick white, so make sure to get a lot of paint on your brush, and you're just going to go back and forth creating that snow texture all the way to the top. Once you're happy with how it turned out, we're gonna dry the painting, so you are welcome to wave it like so. Just helps kind of speed up the process. Now we're gonna get into drawing out your deer. So here's an example, and I will list this on the next slide as well, so you can always refer back to it. So starting out with the head, you're just gonna draw a nice oval. Make sure that the nose is like pointing off towards the right. And then you can start to draw in the ears. They're like pointy little triangles. You can add in a nice little jawline. That's why we have an eraser. Mistakes are just happy accidents, remember? And to draw in the nose, it's a little tricky, so you'll just draw this shape of one oval connecting to another oval, connecting to another oval, connecting to a longer oval on the top. So starting from the left, and then create like this little oval that connects to another oval that dips down, and then off to the right, and then coming up. So it creates the nose. So getting into the eyes, you want to add them directly parallel to each other. The right side is hanging off of where the end of the head is, and then the other one is just off to the left of the center. And make sure to draw the white holes around it. If you need to fix the nose like I did, I kind of angled it more upward towards the eyes, so that gives the face proportion. If you need to fix your eyes at any moment, feel free to do so. Once you're happy with the face, we're going to just come out to where the jawline ends, and you're gonna start to draw kind of a curved line down. And then you can start to draw the back that starts around the nose all the way out to the tail. And I apologize, I didn't realize I was so much in front of the camera during this, but make sure to look over at the right corner for instruction. So once you have the tail on there, you can start to do the legs. So the legs start with that curved line that you put in. And it starts on the inside of the body, comes down a little bit curved to create a knee. And then you just create a line parallel with that. And then the other one starts where the belly would start. So you can draw in the belly, if that helps first. And then you can draw in that second leg. It's behind the belly, and then you can come from the tail, and this line curves out to create that back knee, and then comes down pretty much to the end of the canvas. And then you can add in that second leg, which is parallel with the other ones. Like I said, feel free to use your eraser as you go through this, correcting any lines. This is just like your outline, so take it as that because it's really going to help you paint it. Make sure to add in those parts where it's going to be white, because that's helpful for not getting paint in other places. So that would be the tail, the leg, and then the belly, as well as the front underneath the neck, which is kind of like the chest area for the deer, where it will be white and then that light brown. When you're ready to do the antlers, we'll start on the right side. It's just above the right ear on the top of the head, and it kind of comes up, and then you have your first little horn, and then you go up and out, your second horn, and then your third horn curves in as well. And then you'll draw that last little horn, and then you'll follow that line all the way back to the ear. You're going to do a similar thing on the other side, so we're going to go to the left ear, just on the inside, and you'll come up to draw that first antler, and then you curve really outward towards the tree and do that next little antler, and then that next one after that is really tiny, but it curves in a lot, and then you'll do that next antler, which does curve a lot as well. It's very close to that last one. And then you'll draw a little bit more downward to do that next antler, which is on the tree, and then you'll follow that line all the way back to the ear. Feel free to make any corrections with your eraser to make it look exactly how you want it. Now we're going to get into painting a wonderful deer. You'll take your brown and start to paint in the face. I accidentally made the mistake of not putting in the white that's around the nose. So if you want to take your pencil and just draw that in so that you don't paint it in with brown, that'll help. So as you paint the face, you want to try to paint it in strokes of how the fur would look like. So like painting cheeks, and then painting how the nose, like the lines would go more upward, and the forehead would be more outward, the cheeks would be more down, like curving the eyes. The eye on the right is a little bit tricky because you don't follow the line with brown. You can, but it looks kind of cooler if you just leave it where it'll be all the way white. With the mouth, you can follow that line so that it creates the full head. right ear, the left ear on the outsides. Make sure to leave that white portion. And then you'll paint the chest area all the way down to the legs. Then do the body. Trying to leave all those portions that are white open for the next coloring. You don't need to paint in hooves because they are deep in the snow. Now would be a good time to name your deer. I'm gonna name mine Prancer. Leave in the comments what name you decide. So once you've painted the whole deer, you can go back in with another coat when it's dry. Don't forget to add in the extra little lines to make sure that the bottom of the deer connects. You can paint that in with brown. Once you finish the deer, we're going to make a light brown, so you can just add a little bit of white to some brown. And we're just going to color in that first coat. Make sure to paint it in strokes, making it look furry. you can kind of start to blend it into that first leg. And then blend it into the belly, just a little bit. Blend it into the back legs and the tail. Blend it into the back. There's a little bit of added texture to the top legs, and then you can always go back in and make sure that it's blended in the way that you like it. Next, we're gonna do the white. You can start with the ears, so painting in the white, both ears. And then going in and painting the chest area, the leg, the belly, the tail, the mouth, the eyes, all with white. Once you finish that, we're going to add in a little bit of snow all over his body, so you can choose which way you liked the best from before and just add a little bit here and there. Feel free to add some snow at the bottom of the trees and where the feet are in the snow. Next, we're going to create a dark brown, which would be brown and black together. We're going to paint in the antlers. Try to be very light with your paintbrush. You can also add dark brown to the front leg and the back leg to help it stand out. Once you're done with the antlers, we're going to take straight black and go in to color the nose and the eyes. Eyes are very small circles but create this teardrop effect by adding a little eyelash on the end. And make sure to add in a smile for your deer, just right underneath the nose. You can add in a little bit of snow over the antlers, here and there. We're also going to go in and put a little bit of snow on the nose, so you can take straight white and just put a few little dots on the nose. And you can add a little bit of light brown to the ears. Make them look furry. Congratulations! You have finished the Christmas painting. Good job. Make sure to subscribe to my channel I appreciate you and know that you are amazing. If you have any painting questions, feel free to contact me. If you would like a custom painting or mural from me, please send me an email. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas! Happy holidays!